because he doesn't have the backup of 3 potions to get through lane. When they have a big health advantage, still has a potion. What was the core tenet of KT beating Samsung? It was the bot lane first bricks and the bot lane focus. Clear love where? Because Score wasn't in position.
Some exchange here on a Faker. Score shows his face in mid. But overall, they won't be able to get the lockdown, won't be able to translate that anywhere near a kill. And the battle of the tethers coming in.
Battle the shields versus the damage. More so between the Karma and the LeBlanc, going to be basically defensive lane from Faker. He gets to build a Chalice of Harmony.
Yeah.
And he can go into Athenes from that. That is still
an item that we've not seen much of.
But it's pretty nice against LeBlanc to get magic resist and also mana regen in a single item. Now gives health and mana regen depending on numbers.
Up, sitting in the brush, Sonic Wave comes through, Score trying to dash away with a quick draw, but they go in, chasing in deeper onto this Graves. One more hit would do it if he can line up the Sonic Wave. Chases in, he goes over the wall. Launcher Q not going to connect, falls short, but now Pawn, he chases in a bit too far and has to use that W to get himself out to safety. Stays alive, Score, flash down now on the Graves.
Def gets a bit of positioning in bot, but no more than that. Far advantage SKT. They seem to have read the book that KT was trying to write specifically around bot lane. You cannot afford to play as far up the lane, use summoners aggressively if you don't have your jungler pathing. There is, of course, the next level of playing like your jungler's there. But when the round comes from the Lee Sin, he's either there or he's not. Score was not in the bot lane, and Deft was the punch.
Slow him down a bit. Exchange is coming into the mid lane. Faker gets the tether onto Pawn. Works him low. Still has those biscuits coming through with the Dark Seal. Sustain himself a bit faster. Going low on mana. Gonna need those first buys to come out here for Faker. Meanwhile, Bang showing back up in the bottom lane. Comes in onto Depth. The exhaust comes down yet again, but Bang's not really in range, but instead just tries to exchange back in onto mana. He's out of mana, but the Voidlings doing quite a bit of damage here onto the Twitch. So go ahead, kite back in underneath the turret. Pick up that extra little bit of gold from those Voidlings as best as you can.
There's a teleport coming in, but just to the mid lane. Remember, it's double teleport on both sides. Yeah. So Karma's job is to run after the LeBlanc and basically wave clear in her face. Won't have kill pressure on her in the later parts of the game, but it's hoping the LeBlanc won't have kill pressure on her either. When you hit another eyes, and there it is, Chalice of Harmony, bringing back season 6, you'd have to say season 5 almost, when we saw Athene's Unholy Grail rushed basically every game by every mid laner. Oriana sat there weeping when the change came through.
Now for the most part, we have that Morellonomicon coming in.
Simpongo, a couple of different ways with build. In the last time we saw him, he didn't finish the Gunblade first. He actually went for Morellonomicon, I believe, after the Revolver, just for trading. Has gone Gunblade first in the past, so keep tabs, might be a gold thing. What I can say about the bot lane is that the thing about Twitch is that he lanes much more comfortably when he has Bilgewater and when he's able to push in, because he does have true AoE now with the nature of W applying stacks of his passive. And if he goes back, he'll have lifesteal on the return as Score Peanut me.
He's got the 2v2 up here in the top lane. They're putting the hook shot in, they lock him down. Ultimatum comes out from Hootie as well as they finish off the Graves. Resonating Strike takes him out from Smith. One hit from finding a kill of his own. Will be able to finish off that Camille, and Faker getting locked down here by Pawn. Flashes away, one more hit would do it from Pawn. Unable, does not have the cooldowns, can't go in to finalize the kill.
That's why Faker waited to see if he needs to flash away from multiple auto attacks. We could see on our screen, thankfully Ogen had toggled over to the LeBlanc, no cooldowns available. Was not going to pick up the kill with a flash. Trust damage through that Chalice. We see a lot of brawling this game at the start. We see the replay. Score, I mean, and Hootie decides they're going in. And that has certainly been a problem in previous matches where we've seen them misjudge. But this is the battle we saw off screen. Full rotation from Pawn. Faker misses all his spells, but Chalice of Harmony means that Faker will not go down. He would have died if there was no magic resist purchased on his first battle.
Keeps himself safe in that mid lane, starting to sit behind very slightly as far as the CS is considered. But otherwise, it's pretty even across the board. Peanut falling behind, a bit behind Score, but does have those two kills.
Spotted here is Bang, going for the traditional mid-roam. Def knows all about these.
Walking his way in, but Pawn Bang playing so far back, not in range of Faker getting that hook down onto him.
Here's the mini power spike with Bilgewater. It's not quite played the Ruin King when it comes to the active, but
good start. Faker just getting ripped apart.
As an AD carry, you can only exit lane for so long, so he has to return, thus isn't positioned for Faker, who certainly going to get value out of the refillable potion, that's for sure.
Unfortunately, it's only got 2 charges, though.
I wonder if he'll max E first, like we often see for support Karma.
There's a lot of refillable potions in the game at the moment.
First purchase from Bang because of the early recall, but it's coming back to Karma. It's usually Q3 points E max as support. Can you afford to go
Full Q.
full Q? I mean, do you need to go full Q because it's such a different dynamic? You're not trying to help pushing, you're trying to actually force LeBlanc out of lane because LeBlanc does not want to build any magics, he wants to go full offense. So taking a mantra level 5 Q to the face will stop their own potential from the LeBlanc.
It's quite a bit. More exchanging going on down here in the bottom lane, but things have stabilized for the most part. You see Def keeping up in CS, has that Vamp Scepter, so he can at least regain a lot of that HP that he's losing in exchanges.
Despite having double control ward, Bang gets to push as Twitch and then just back away, and that's exactly the lane spot you want for a Twitch, to be able to just AoE down waves, let the poison stay, and have the option to push in. Under turret, struggles a lot more. Pushing up, and pushing up is pretty comfortable for now for Bang.
Can expect a very similar build path here from Bang. Play to the Rune King to start things off, and more than likely going to be that QSS coming in afterward. Himself safe for that Nether Grasp from that Ash Arrow. Losing out on those exchanges in the top lane. Smeb finding all of the weak spots.
Let's remember that it is a Fiora, and it is a DPS matchup, and we spent a whole season talking about the ramifications of that. May not have the chance to here as it's coming up with Ash Arrow.
Vaughn dashing in, gets a lockdown on the Faker, only down to half HP, and that's going to be the Ash Arrow coming through. Mana gets a silence, and Faker will fall. Def picks up the kill, making it a 2 for 2, and barely sliding KT into that gold lead.
The bot lanes make one roam each. The one from Bang does not work. The one from Def is much more straightforward when the chain registers. Actually get to pick up the kill. Only the investment of the double summoners for Mata to speak about. Nice stuff there from KT. Want to find a way to open the map to actually get the first rotation on the double teleport and play the side lane. As Def's going to just walk up to Bang.
Yeah, finds him. Ash Arrow knows that it's down, but now Mata coming in from the sidelines. The grass gets thrown out, but it's interrupted here. Tries to kite back. The arrival of Faker. A little bit too late to get the tag in onto the kill. Won't be able to find that for himself. He goes low. Wild Throw keeps it going. Now KT have to exit. Score dashing backward. The flash forward from Bang. Out for blood. Leg is ticking away, but likely won't be able to find the kill. But now Peanut on the backside. Will he be able to go up with something?
Huni actually interrupted the teleport from the Fiora. Looked like a great spot for the Grand Challenge. No teleport now, though, and it might actually be first break against the tide. So off the map, big turnaround by Huni. Actually stopped the turn from KT. Now, for once, KT have to watch as their first turret is eliminated.
All right, we'll have to get a replay of that play there by Huni up at the top lane, but heroic for sure.
Especially because he was losing trades. It could have just been a one-way mission where he gave over his life and potentially the outer turret. But got in, got out, didn't even have to flash then, flashed after that once, I imagine, because of the Grand Challenge coming through. But the Fiora cleanup never came. That was really big because it looked like they were being sucked in for a Tiamat Fiora to get a couple of kills.
KT, they get a taste of a lead for just a brief moment, but SKT with that first break see themselves such a massive victory now.
But a lot is happening in the top lane. So the teleport comes through, we already knew that it was the Karma. Watch Smeb dive into a brush and doesn't know that it's warded. Hextech ultimatum, of course, means nobody's coming in. Really big story there, because with the health bars where they're at, full health Graves ends up just giving up his health bar for free because he does not have the Fiora to be in the front line as well.
Peanut unable to find his way into that backside of the fight to get those execution kills. So, deaths avoided there for KT. Good zoning by Pawn, but still suffering heavy losses throughout the duration of that fight. Dragon now being started up here by SK Telecom. Mountain Drake kicking things off on the board. 13 minutes. Let's see what the follow-up's going to be. It's going to be an Infernal Drake. There we go. Triple Ocean in game 1. Now things are going to get a bit spicy here in game 2. Huni, a bit of a bad spot. Gets locked down here by the LeBlanc. Misses that tactical sweep. It's a shield coming through off the passive. Going low. The shield is there from Wolf. Great roam up by he and Faker. They'll keep that meal alive.
Pawn was spacing out his damage because, of course, wanted to get all the passive procs in and the revolver. As in the mid lane.
Yeah, Huni going in deep.
What's the flash from Def? He's got no flash now.
That's going to be the Ash Arrow coming in. Sonic Wave connects. They kick him back in, and Def is dead to rights. Gets picked up by Huni. The 4th kill is thrown on the board for SK Telecom. They look for Mata. unable to find it, but they'll be happy with finishing off the Ash.
They
Now
want
they go
more.
back in. Actually, the Tether locks him down. The Monster Q has the Nether Grasp, trying to kill Peanut, but the Wild Growth keeps him alive, and the shields come out from both the Karma and the Lulu. That has to be annoying. Hit your KT. They pick up a second kill.
And it's just a preview of the late game. Those shields will not be used on Lee Sin in the late game. They're all for Bang, but already they are massive. See Bang in the mid lane. Every time KT has tried to pick, the utility and counter roams from SKT have been there. KT attracted, now they want Pawn.
Pawn dashing away, gets chunked out, almost a half HP off the bat. The Blade of the Rude King really doing work here for Bang.
And you might wonder, okay, is SKT just got sick wards and they're nowhere to be? Is it a Sixth Sense? They've got Lulu Karma. They're always going to be in position to counter roam because at least one person is moving at Mark 10 on the side of KT at every
Coming in, doesn't get the red buff, there's on the ultimatum, stopping the score from going over the wall. The rest of the team piles in, they take him out. Another kill, over to Peanut, 3-0-2 on the Lee Sin. He's looking for that 11th win.
And where does this all start? It starts in KT not getting first brick in the bot lane. That will always unlock a support to roam, and your eyes are instantly drawn to Mata. Did it in the semi-final on the Malzahar multiple times. Was there to help Graves get the picks and score, get the picks in the semi-final. But actually, your eyes need to be on the Lulu, because now Lulu's been unlocked to allow the counter rotations, to have the extra shields and the wild growth. And those close damage considerations are not close when 400 extra shielding at 15 minutes is being added onto the members of SKT.
They're starting to stomp out KT, and every turn, 1.6 thousand gold here for SK Telecom, the Mountain Drake there, on reserve for them. And if they maintain this pace, very likely an Infernal to follow. Really put the nail in the coffin here against KT Rollster. Huni, bottom lane, coming through from the wall block.
One already understands that there's no latitude for messing around itemization. Will be Gunblade after Merc treads in mid lane, but Gunblade rush for just that extra bit of burst, because you need every extra bit when you're against the Karma and Lulu duo.
Yeah.
The Bang's already going to be so far in the back line that the Blanc not snowballing, the Fiora not snowballing, although Fiora is doing relatively well, means those shields are so much more likely to keep him at half health, and then he just keeps spraying and praying. And KT doesn't have a comp that can answer that ability. So the fact that they're winning these early dives, these early trades, makes everything oh so much more sweet for SKT.
Here's some defensive itemization coming in for Bang. There's gonna be that Ninja Tabi coming through.
What about the
Gold
Aegis,
magic.
man? Throwing the Aegis
He's
there.
building up for it.
He needs an extra shield. He doesn't have a shield to kill Helios. But yeah, you're right. It's going to be most likely the Ninja Tabi and a QSS on the side of Bang. Probably going to be actually the Ardent Sensor next for Faker, going the full utility build in the mid lane.
Yeah.
There's some argument for something like the Luden's Echo to just have bigger Q harass, but Faker already knows there's not a lot of damage to push through, a lot of health to push through, so keeping either LeBlanc or more likely the Twitch alive is the first call.
Oh,
That's awkward.
oh boy. All right, so mid distortion here for Pawn.
Come on, Peanut, not your mouse again.
Not another mouse issue.
It's always Peanut.
It really is always Peanut.
We don't know it's a mouse issue yet,
That's
but
true. Try to get confirmation of that one quickly here, figure out exactly what's going on.
this is so rough on Pawn in particular.
This is a very awkward timing.
He's mid-spell rotation.
Yeah, coming in off that distortion, trying to jump in onto Peanut,
Now,
who is also trying to exit out of the Raptor pit.
we talked about picks coming through from the LPL.
It's a headset issue.
It's a headset issue. That's good to hear. As I was going to talk about in the LPL, there was, of course, a remake because of a mouse issue, leading to Road of Aime dying in a turret dive because he wasn't able to move. Headset issue is a bit more optimistic. Timing is not fortuitous at all for action being interrupted. Very unfortunate there.
It's moments like these that can really just chip away at your mentality. Stuck in the middle of what is about to be a team fight here.
Imagine the headset needs to be fixed up. Not sure of any other issues there, but we'll just take a moment to step back. Get the lay of the land.
Get that expedited shipping from Team Razor out here. Get replaced.
Angling for the SKT, for the Team Razor retweet, are we, Achilles? I think enough people are watching. They're definitely watching.
They're always lurking.
Such as the Razor Way.
Well, we have the countdown
sell out,
coming
boys.
through, so seems like we might have everything taken care of. It looks like we do. So Pawn dashes in, take away the big Raptor. Just about going to be it there. So no one going down, no real blows coming through on either side.
The lay of the land is SKT with the advantage. Being able to get the kills on the utility means the utility's there. Earlier, Bang has been able to hit his timing as well as KT fishing for the picks that made game one so interesting.
Astro is ready to go. Pawn dashes in, sizzle down on the peanut, cuts him out to half HP.
But can they kill with an Ash out, you know? Like, you think about the Malzahar flashing in. Even then, the shields are there. The shields are real. And Karma is only about stymieing LeBlanc. Teleport Karma doesn't hold much threat, but certainly it slows down the pace of KT Rolster.
Seeing that he is unsafe with that dash into the hook shot, will lose out on that turret. So that's 2 over to KT Rolster, still down in gold by 1.2 thousand. KT, they're going to look to even the score here. Straight back to the tower of their own. So go ahead and keep moving up that top lane.
LeBlanc's moves being dictated to me, is a lot more important than what we saw on the other side of the rift. Gunblade finished for the LeBlanc, but Gunblade does a lot of interesting things. We haven't actually seen that itemization that much in Korea to talk about it, but
I haven't seen LeBlanc that much.
it's true.
Oh, flash forward, it's going to be another breath down onto Bang. He's coming out, Ash Arrow layered in. He's still alive in the wild, but keeps him up through everything. Wolf going forward, gets the polymorph in on the mana, and he's going to fall with just one more shot. Meanwhile, Bang might just go down, but the heal is there. He's kiting back. Smeb getting locked down. Meanwhile, the other side of the fight, Pawn finds the kill in onto Huni, but Smeb dies in the end, and Bang, the target that they were all looking for, does not fall. It's a 2-for-1 in SKT's favor.
They thought it was finally their moment. They couldn't see a Lulu. They couldn't see a Karma. They knew where Karma was.
Looking for depth. The Sonic Wave not going to connect, but now everybody from SKT sitting right here in front of an Infernal Dragon that's about to spawn.